What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If I look like I'm in the same spot as my last video, I am. I'm trying to get these videos out. Yes, this really happened. I want to share awareness because I seen a video. I came across a video of Justin. I don't know if you guys know Ali J's friend. He talked about his experience. That kind of gave me the courage to stand up and talk about my situation that happened with this, because not a lot of people know. I keep my situations private as possible. This also happened while I would say in high school, freshly beginning the transferring, because I transferred from one high school to another, to that second high school. That's when things started to happen. Of course, I'm not going to give too much details and tell too much stuff. Oh, this is not a bashing video. Let's say that now. I did not want drama, so I was kind of like hesitating on whether or not I wanted to do this video. So this happened, the timeline and everything. I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as possible. It happened around, I would say, summer. So I had orientation before I started the new school I was at. I am going to name this person Key, the person who the story is about. We went to orientation the same day, and that's how I met Key. In the gym, in the big group with all the other kids who was in the auditorium. Why I keep saying auditorium? All the other kids who was in the gym and who was starting orientation was with us. And you know, we had to do activities, get to know each other, tell each other our names. So we did that, and I noticed, you know how you know when someone's like, you feel someone looking at you? So I noticed Key, like, he would glance at me from time to time and then look away when I noticed him noticing me. So I would look at him when I feel him looking at me, and then he'll look away as if he was never looking at me, you know. In my head, I'm taking that as a sign of, oh, he's like what he sees, you know, he's taking interest in me, and I'm noticing that. So I'm like, okay. So I noticed that. After that, we tour the school and all that. We have lunchtime. We go down to the lunchroom, and because it's not officially like school, there were still kids who did go there who was like in summer school, just lounging around, and like who had lunch with us as well. Down in the cafeteria, I go down there and I'm on my phone. I'm looking at the lunch. I'm not really like into it. I really used to not even like eat school lunch at all. I wasn't hungry at that. I was like kind of ready to go after orientation. So I'm sitting on my phone by myself. I come off kind of like as antisocial, but that's not the case at all. I just like, you know, I'm just like, I keep to myself type stuff. I didn't know anyone there. It was my first time transferring from a school to another school, so you know, I'm getting a feel of things. I'm trying to see how people is and all that, so I like to like watch people and all that. So I'm doing that. He comes up to me, and somehow, some way, we end up exchanging numbers. After exchanging numbers, I don't even know how the conversation went. I just know he came up to me, introduced himself. 2 or 3 months until we started to go to that school. So it was kind of towards like, you know, summer was kind of starting, about to end really soon. Fast forward, after orientation, me and Key somehow start dating. He becomes my boyfriend instantly. It happened quickly. He used to come over, but not being able to come inside my house because, you know, I was not legal. I was probably like 17 years old or freshly turned 17, and my mom was not having that. You know, I wasn't able to have boys in the house around that time, around nighttime, and especially like if I did have someone over, I would have to keep my door open, so I was not grown. I think my mom was aware that I did have a boyfriend. She was, but I never asked her if he can come inside the house. Chilled outside of my house, and that's how it was basically. Like I never went to his house. He would always come to see me. When we started to go to the same school, we also had the same classes with each other, which is kind of crazy. And we always would spend our time in school, if not in school, outside of school, just not in my house. He would come over. Before school started, I got in trouble because I snuck Key inside of my house, and my mom sensed that, I guess. So somehow, some way, he was in my room. She knocked on the door, and that's how I got caught with him in my room. So then he had to leave and all that. My mom didn't like him. I don't know if it was his vibe. I don't know if it's because like he got snuck in. She just never liked him. Like, I don't know why. That was probably a sign. Like, we start school. So now we are in the same classes and all that. And a friend of mine, not really a friend, an associate I would say, who went to my old school with me, who was like in the group of friends that I knew of, but I never like spoke to him. But he spoke to all of my other friends who was in like the big group. But I would like notice him, of course, but we never like had conversations type stuff. We were just in the same group of friends. He came to the new school I was at, and I seen him, and because me and Key had the same classes and all of that, and we would walk to lunch together, sit at the lunch table together, like we was with each other for the majority of our school day. So we had like one class when we was not together at all, but every other class we had together, like math, ELA, science, you know, we was together a lot. So people know me and Key was going together, obviously. So I'm gonna name this person Gray. So Gray is going to be the person who I knew of in the group of friends who came to the new school, okay? So Key would notice Gray would come up to me in the hallways, but he would never know what Gray would say to me. Gray would say this to me: okay, I see you when you're booting. So he knew I was obviously taken. He wasn't trying to flirt with me. He wasn't trying to do any of that. Every time he would say that, he'll pass by me and Key would notice, and it would strike a jealousy really quickly in Key. Like, he seen it, but he never even asked me. After he seen that, he would come off as standoffish. He wouldn't like try to talk to me. And at the time, like, I was naive and all of that, so I noticed that, and I tried to tell Key what Gray would say to me. Like, he wasn't on that type of timing and all that. He wasn't trying to talk to me. He would always say like, okay, I see you when you're booting, and like we would chuckle, and he would like go his way, I would go my way. We go to different classes or different people who was like associating with at the time. It wasn't even a 10-minute, 5-minute conversation. It was a couple of seconds. Like, it wasn't even a conversation. It was just quick words, ha ha ha. Literally made Key jealous. I tried to tell Key it was nothing serious. Like, I tried to tell him what he was saying. Key was like catching attitude with me. This is how we led to our first breakup. Key would always used to walk me to the bus stops and stuff, so he stopped doing that. I went home alone. Usually we would call each other after we came home from school, call each other or text each other. I didn't get a call or I didn't get a text, so I'm like, what did I do? So I call him. And this is the first incident, guys. Like, I know it's his jealousy and the way he's speaking to me. Call him. I'm trying to talk to him. Like, why you didn't call me and all that? Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, why you didn't call me? Simply saying like, oh, why didn't you call or text me? And I don't know if he was still mad. I'm guessing he was still mad of that situation that happened when Gray came up to me. And no lie, guys, this is what he said. Sirens are so disrespectful when I'm trying to film my video. He was like, oh, so you want to be flirting out here with different, like, and you know, you want to be flirting with different dudes and all that. But he didn't say dudes, he said, okay, oh, you can go do that. I see you in the hallway with Gray. He didn't know. I don't know if he knew his name at the time, but I don't know if he said his name at the time. I can't remember, guys. At the time, back then, I was a crier. Like, I was a crier. I was just crying like, what did I do? Like, I don't know if he fed off of that, but he would like, or take like advantage of that. But after that, he said, I want to be with you. You're a hoe, because you want to be talking to different and I'm done with you. He hung up in my face. I cannot make this up, guys. I remember that day like it was yesterday. No joke. Like, I was like,
okay.
At the time I was like hysterical. I felt like, oh, it was my fault. Like, what did I do? I should have never talked to him. I should have avoided him in the halls. I was thinking now, okay, me and Key are no longer together. We're in school, we're not sitting next to each other in classes anymore. I'm avoiding him, he's avoiding me. We would glance at each other from time to time, but other than that, it was like nothing. So probably like a week passed, 2 weeks passed, and I get a Facebook notification from a classmate in our class, and it was like a male. So once the random person from our class that we was in inboxed me and added me as a friend on Facebook, this is what he said in the message. He said something asking me about homework in the class, and it's like, he didn't even talk to me before, so it's like, why are you trying to talk to me now? Especially like just being like randomly inboxing me and added me as a friend on Facebook, but I didn't think anything of it at the time. I told him like, oh, I did the homework, this is what it was, basically just in case like he needed to catch up on something or miss something in class. So then after that, he never responded back to me, so I'm like, probably didn't see my message. That's kind of like strange a little bit. Let me open some more lighting in. So I'm like, that's kind of strange a little bit. He didn't respond back to me, but he's like being like active on social media and stuff. Like I'm seeing it and it's like, I'm telling you about the homework and stuff. Why aren't you replying to me? So I'm like, okay. That was that. We go to school. The person not saying nothing to me. So it's weird. So at the time, I'm not thinking anything of him. Like he probably just didn't see my message. And being pressed about it because it's like it was just like a homework type conversation. I was looking at the person like, oh, why didn't you text me back? Like I wasn't trying to flirt with the person. I wasn't trying to get at the person because at this point, me and Key broke up. And that's very messy to do if I was on that type of timing to talk to someone in the same class like as me and Key. It would just be very, very messy. After that, I'm at the lunch table just by myself because me and Key is no longer together. So I'm at the lunch table by myself just on my phone, using my phone. I look up, Key walks to me, you know, someone's like just leaning over the table like that. I'm just looking at him like, what? You want to keep being like a whole, doing whole stuff, talking to like different. I want to even get back with you at this point. And at this point, like he got my attention, like I'm off my phone. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I'm like, what did I do now? You can do that, you can keep being single. And yeah, I seen that you, and what was it? I'm gonna give this person the name of Red. So that's the person who randomly inboxed me, who was in the class asking about homework. I seen you and Red inboxing. You can keep inboxing him. And then he walks away and goes upstairs. And I'm like, it's clicking, like everything is clicking to me. I'm like, did I just potentially like get set up or something? Like that was like a weird setup type stuff. And especially like if you're gonna tell him like we was inboxing, tell him what we was really inboxing each other. Like show him the screenshots. Like it was homework. You added me as a friend on Facebook. That was just very, very messy. I don't know what that person was trying to do. They was friends at that, so it was like weird, like classroom friends, like, you know. So I don't know if he told him to do that to see what I would like, just to inbox me to see what I would like say to him. Like I don't know, it's crazy at this point. So at this point, we're not together. I go home. The same day I get a text from Key, come outside, come downstairs, come downstairs. He said sorry for the things that he said, which is weird. Like why would you even do that and then say what you said to me at the lunch table about, oh, since I want to keep being a hoe, we can go do that, and da 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 da. And didn't even ask me what the conversation was about. Didn't even say, oh, show me a screenshot. Didn't say none of that. Like you were just being rude off jump. So he apologizes. I'm so naive. I take him back instantly. Like I'm okay. We're good. We're gonna be a couple again. We hug, kiss, make up, and all of that. So we're back together. This sounds toxic, yes, I know, but that's how it went. We're in school, we're good with each other. This is where Gray pops back up again, randomly. I'm like, I cannot catch a break. I can't catch a break. So Gray's trying to like talk to me. He's saying like, oh, okay, you and your boo thing got back together. I see you and boo thing, like, he would always say to me. I keep walking, because I went straight to my class. Like I didn't associate with no one in the halls. Straight to my class, doing what I had to do. And at that, because Key already cussed me out on the phone, and I see Gray, and I knew like it was jealousy. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna avoid Gray. I'm not gonna talk to Gray. None of that. Go straight to class. Boom. Because I didn't want another issue with Key. Me and Key is good. We're at our last period class. We go in the halls. As me and Key is walking down the hall, Gray pops up, and Gray's right here in front of us. And Key's like, looks at me and looks at Gray, and he's like, let's take this walk real quick. He tells Gray, let's take a walk. And I'm like, why are you trying to take a walk with him? Like, what's going on? Like, do you like him? Do you not like him? Are you trying to ask him like what's up with me and him? It's like, don't worry about it. And they're walking before they even start the conversation and all that. And Key's saying like, don't worry about it. Key tells me just to go downstairs and wait for him, because it was on the 3rd floor, and we had to go downstairs on the 2nd floor to exit the building so we can walk to the bus stop together. It probably took like 5 minutes. It was kind of quick a little bit. He comes downstairs. I'm like, what happened? and he's not saying nothing, and he's like, let's go. We're at the bus stop. I'm like, what happened? What, you know, like, what happened? He's like, don't worry about it. He's kind of being quiet still. I'm like, what the heck? But at this point, he's like not being standoffish towards me, but talking to me a little bit. So I'm guessing like, okay, he's not mad at me. I didn't do anything, because usually when he's mad at me, he doesn't talk to me. Like, he shuts me out. He wouldn't even walk to the bus stop with me. Gray probably told him like what he said, so I didn't need to tell him. Like, he said like, oh, okay, I see you on your boo thing. Like, I didn't have to tell Key that anymore, even though I already told Key like before what he was saying. Like, he kept saying that. Like, oh, okay, Gray told him. He wasn't trying to flirt with me. He wasn't trying to get with me. It was none of that. I didn't have nothing to hide, anything. I didn't look at Gray that way. Like, none of that. So I just didn't want the problems with Key. So I go home. Me and Key's on good terms for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks, guys, to walk to the bus stop. It's on a Friday. I'm about to walk to the bus stop to go to like a food place, because he was gonna buy me food. Because at the time, like, I don't know how he was getting his money, but I didn't have a job at the time. He was like, oh, we can like go get food and all that, and he, of course, he's gonna pay for it. Walking outside, and we start to walk down a hill, and as we're walking, there's some construction workers on the side, and I guess one of them was staring. I don't know if one of them was staring at me or they were staring at Key. They were staring, smiling, and Key noticed, and it ticked Key off. Like, I don't, like, how is him looking at us making you mad? He wasn't looking at us in a disrespectful way. He didn't say anything disrespectful. Key is like, what's up? What are you looking at? And he was like, what the you looking at? What just happened? Like, do you know him or something? I'm thinking like they know each other. Like, they're like, is that a relative of his? He's like, are you a like, I'm not gay, stop looking at me like that, don't look over here. I'm like, you cannot be for real. I'm trying to pull him away for possibly getting his ass whooped. Like, you know, he's like a grown man, like doing his work around the school, construction worker. He's looking at Key like he's a little boy. So I'm over it at this point. I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel embarrassed. I'm like, what is it you doing? Like, you causing a scene. This kid's behind us walking, because you know it's like the let-out. It's like school let-out. Everyone's around. Key's causing this big scene, trying to act tough. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, as I'm trying to like tell him to keep walking, he like goes like that. Like, you know how you're holding on to someone and you're like, just come on, or you're trying to hold him back, and they're like, no, let me go. And he continues to talk. And I stop, pause, and I just keep walking, because like I'm just embarrassed at this point. I don't like a lot of attention on me. Just embarrassed at this point. So I start walking off. I'm like up here, Key's still talking. He's like saying whatever he's saying. I'm not listening at this point, because I'm just walking down the hill. I just want to go home at this point. Like, I don't want to get no food. I just want to go home. I'm at the bus stop. You know, he's trying to talk to me. He's saying, oh, I just didn't like the way he was looking at me. I'm saying like that was unnecessary and all that. And he's like, you still want to go get food or what? I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. We start walking to the food place, really feeling the menu. We're in there for probably like 10 seconds. I look at the menu. I'm kind of picky too, and I don't eat from just anywhere we can go. He walks me to the bus, make sure I get on the bus safe. Fast forward to school now, okay? But we were sitting at the lunch table with each other, and Key was like, let me see your phone. For what? And he was like, I need to see if I can connect to the hotspot, or like see if there's Wi-Fi, something like that. I don't know what was wrong with his phone. I don't know if it was like the internet was down, because like the cafeteria was like in a at the bottom ground of the school. So I'm like, okay. He's flicking through my phone. I don't know, like, I don't know if he was trying to find something, or if he really was looking at the Wi-Fi or hotspot and couldn't connect it or something. I don't have like a sturdy case on my phone, so if I was to drop my phone's cracking, like, you know. So he's on my phone, and then all of a sudden he just tossed it on the table, and it's like, why'd you just do that? And he just goes on his phone. He's quiet. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh no, you crazy, you really tripping. It's like, I didn't buy that phone. Like, I didn't have money to like buy my phone at the time. So it's like, if that phone cracked, that's like everything to me. So I grabbed my books and my binders, grab my phone, go upstairs early for class. So after, let that car go by, thought it was gonna make a lot of noise. So after that, whole random situation of Key tossing my phone. I go upstairs, go to class early. Like, I see him from my peripheral vision. I see him coming to class, but I'm still like taking notes down early, getting my setup ready for the science class he was in. So Key sits next to me. I like scoot over a little bit because like at this point I don't want nothing to do with you. Why would you do that to my phone so randomly? Like, what's wrong with you? And Key's trying to like low-key talk to me, like make up and like say sorry. Like, he's not saying sorry, but he's like trying to like get on my good side. So again, we on good terms. At this point, I got dummy ran on my forehead.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
By the end of the school day, that day, we was on good terms. It didn't even take like 3 classes to like get on good terms. It probably took like 2 classes, or that specific class we was in. Already automatically he's on my good list again. Like, we're on good terms, we're fine. Me and him are good. We're having like little petty arguments. So after that, you want to know who comes back into the picture? I'll give you time to guess the person. Gray comes back into the picture. He's saying, okay, I see you on your boo thing. Saying the same thing. Thinking Gray and Key was fine after that whole let's take a walk thing. I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, I'm thinking like Gray told Key what happened, what he was saying, and it was no flirting thing, like none of that. I go to class because now lunch is over, our last period of class. So after that class, we go out and I'm like, oh, what do I need to go pee real quick? I need to go to the bathroom before we start walking to the bus stop. Yeah, I'll wait for you upstairs. And I'm like, okay. So I go up the stairs and I can't. I ran into Gray at the 2nd floor because like the stairs was here. You go up, there's another like, there's a hallway here, but then once you go to the left, there's like the exiting to the school. So I go, I'm walking up the stairs. I have my bag with me and everything. He says about, oh, I see you and Boo Thing. Boo Thing was waiting for you right there. So I laugh, and then Key sees me laugh, and he sees Gray. And Key's just, if looks can kill, Key's just looking at me in such disgust, like. And I walk up to him, I'm like, you ready to go? And I'm like trying to reach out for his hand, because like we also hold hands while we walk. I go like this, I grab his hand, he's like, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm laughing too. I'm like, what's your problem? Like, you don't want to hold my hand? He's like, no. And he's being weird. And I'm sensing that automatically. And I catch an attitude off of his attitude. I'm like, what's your problem? Like, what's wrong with you? He's just like, you do not listen, do you? I'm like, what are you talking about? And there's a lot of people around. And I don't want to make like a scene either. So I just head out, walk to the bus stop, wait for the bus alone, and long and behold, when I get home, guess who calls me? Not in an instant. It took like a couple of hours, but I guess he had to get home as well, or wherever he was. And he was like, I thought I told you to stop talking to him, to Gray. Why you always talking to him? Why you with me if you really want to be with him? You say you went to go use the bathroom and you was lying. You really went to go talk to him. You being sneaky and all that. I can't control where Gray goes in the school. Like, we're all in the same school. I really went to go use the bathroom before we start to head to the bus stop, and he pops up right there. Like, everyone is on the 2nd floor. There's some people who's hanging there who has like after school program as well, and there's some people who was just coming up from their classes, who's waiting for their other friends to come so they can start heading out with their friends. Like, dramatically head out, start walking fast towards the bus stop from the school. Sitting at the bus stop waiting for the bus because the bus is taking some time. Key comes up. I see him walking down the hill with his friends, like laughing and all that. Key sees me at the bus stop. So that's what you like, huh? I'm like, I'm not doing this with you. I told you what it was with him. I don't have no interest in him. I wasn't trying to be sneaky. I really was coming up from using the bathroom, and he was right in front of my face. Like, as soon as I came up, boom, ran into him. As like we're talking about that, he sits next to me on the bus stop, and he's not like really trying to hear it. Like, you know, he's trying to like is it like antagonize me? Like he's trying to like basically pick a fight with me. You want to keep doing whole activities after I'm telling you like get it together, stop talking to him, cut him off. Watch when I start talking to different type of females. He called them like, you know, like the B words. Watch when I start to talk to them. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna do you how you're doing me. Crazy type stuff, right? So at this point I want to go home because like he's making me mad, just chatting in my ear. I don't have any headphones and I just want to block what he's saying out of my head. So after that, he's still chatting, and before he leaves he kind of like bumps me a little bit. It's like, are you like a female? Like what's wrong with you? Like why would you bump me? That bothered me as well. Like after that I was like, I can't anymore. Like I'm done. I'm done with you. Like I broke up with him when I got home, and he didn't like say like, oh, make sure you get home safe or none of that. Like he just said what he said and then left. And it's like, all right. So I broke up with him, went to school. He's still trying to like be on my back and all that. Last period of class, this is what gets me. Like we just broke up yesterday, right? No joke, guys. We're in our computer class, and here and there we get free time. Like once we're done with our work we get free time, and I'm on the computer, I'm finishing up what I had to do. We have probably like 20 minutes left in class, and he gets a call. We're not sitting next to each other anything because like we're broken up because I broke up with him. He gets a call. He's on this phone call with who, I don't know. It sounded like he was on a phone with a female because he's like being flirty. He's making sure he's being loud too, and he's saying like, so when are you gonna come see me? When he said those words and was like being flirty on the phone, I automatically knew he was like talking to a female, because like my heart felt like it went to my stomach, like it dropped. Like I was like, but I wasn't showing it to him. Like I was turned over it, but I was like eavesdropping, kind of listening to see like who he's talking to. He was being like really flirty, saying like, oh, when are you gonna come see me, stop playing games and stuff like that. He just broke up a day ago and he's already on the phone with another female in class at that. I'm just like, are you serious? Are you for real? At that point I was just like so disgusted. Who knew what she was like really doing? Some stuff out, like there was some events that took place in school. He asked to go through my phone, and I was like, I gave him the phone. And after I said, since you're gonna go through my phone, give me your phone. This happened in the lunchroom, by the way. I was like, give me your phone. He didn't find what he was looking for in the phone because I was being loyal to him, of course. I wasn't talking to any other guys, none of that. So he gave me my phone back in my hand. He didn't toss it on the table this time. And then after that, I was like, let me go through your phone. He got up and was like, hold on, I'm about to use the bathroom real quick. Came back to the lunchroom, was like, here, obviously I'm not dumb. You deleted some stuff off of your phone. You didn't want me to see. Okay, cool. So like, when I was getting deeper down to like see if I can find some stuff, he snatched his phone, and I'm like, I wasn't done going through it. Like I let you go through everything in my phone. And he snatched it and he was like, no, you're done. We got into an argument there. That was just like one of many situations that happened before. I just forgot to bring it up during like the whole time of events of when it took place. So that got me mad. I got up from the lunchroom, went to class early. We went to class, our last period, computer class together. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? I was like, oh, what's wrong? Like, why aren't you trying to talk to me? He was like, I'll talk to you when the class is over. Like, stop trying to talk to me. Like, he was like, kind of like that a little bit. It alerted the teacher who was in the class with us to like look and be like, why are you talking to her like that? Because he was loud when he said it, and he was very aggressive and came off like I was annoying him. The fact that it made the teacher look back at like me and him, guys, he was like talking to me like reckless. I laughed it off. I laughed because I was uncomfortable and I felt kind of embarrassed a little bit. So that whole class, I left him alone, didn't talk to him. That was a situation that happened before. Brushed it off. He was on good terms after that. So last situation that happened was with the female. I heard him talking to another female. I felt that to be very, very disrespectful to me, especially a day after we break up and I hear you like on the phone with the whole female that's not me. Very disrespectful. Like, you always had this female that you was talking to, but you just, that's probably why you even snatched your phone from me. I'm thinking all this in that short amount of time span. All those thoughts is going through my head. I'm feeling like a gut feeling just to like finally cut him off. So I finally cut him off. We're still in the same classes, but I switched my seat from his seats. After that, Gray comes up to me and he's like, what happened with you and Boo thing? And I'm like, obviously I didn't tell him what happened because that's like our business, but I was just like, yeah, we don't date anymore. Stop dating and all that. He was like, oh damn, basically he said that. So moved on from that. And then this situation happened. I didn't come to school for like 2 days, and randomly, you know, when you don't come to school, it's like a whole circus happens. Beyonce comes to the school. Immaculate, amazing things happen in school when you are gone, when you're not in school, the day you don't come to school. So I was absent for probably like 2 days because like I was sick. I hear from a student in class. He's like, you know what happened? I'm like, no, what happened? Like, you know, your boyfriend and Gray got into a fight. I'm like, what? I'm like, they got into a fight. Like, what do you mean they got into a fight? He's like, yeah, they got into a fight and he got expelled. I'm like, what the heck happened? And mind you, 2 days when I was out, I ended up clicking on Gray's live to watch it, and he started to talk about my ex and like how he didn't like him. He was like a punk and all that. He didn't mention anything about the fight. He was just talking trash about him. So I clicked out, waited to go to school Monday. Go to school Monday, hear from a classmate. He's like, yeah, you didn't hear? I'm like, what? No, why did they get in a fight? And he's like, I don't know, basically. So doing my work in class, you know how on most, like in most classes, they have an intercom. So I don't hear my name on the intercom. Like, I do my work, my grades is good.
I do my work, my grades is good.
I thought I heard my name on the intercom, like for the whole class to hear, like, please send, they send my government to the office. I'm like, did I get in trouble? Like, what did I do? I was out 2 days, come back Monday, and they call my name on the intercom. I closed my binders and stuff, put it in my bag, take my bag just in case I can't come back to class. I'm like, what did I do? Come back. I go to the office, and a teacher, he just looked at me. He was like, have you been on Facebook? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, have you been on like a live or anything? Do you know anything about that? I was like, no.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I knew something about it, but obviously, like, I'm not telling y'all. Like, y'all teachers, like, I'm not about to snitch. So I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, so do you know your boyfriend and Gray was fighting over you and got into a fight and your boyfriend's expelled? I'm like, I didn't know they was fighting over me. I'm like, that's crazy.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
He was like, yeah, they got into a fight over you. That's what the teachers told me. I don't know if they did end up fighting over me. I don't know who went up to who. I don't know who started it, who antagonized it. I don't know how that even happened. I thought they was like on good terms. Not like best buddies, but like they had an understanding, like. So to hear that they got in a fight, I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, they was fighting over you. I'm like, I didn't know that. So they just sent me back to class. I'm like, that's all they had to tell me. Like, I'm not even with this boy anymore. I don't care like what he does, but I didn't know they got into a fight over me. So that was that. I haven't heard from or seen my ex. Go by not too long ago, probably like a year ago, he tried to communicate with me again, and I tell him like, do you remember what you did and all that, like how you treated me? And you know, he was in denial, saying like, oh no, he didn't treat me like that. And also saying like he was young, he's not like a grown man how he is now, which is like partially true, but it's like you're not taking ownership for the stuff that you said. Like, I get it was some years ago, but you're not gonna forget. It wasn't 20 years ago, it was like probably like 4 years ago. So guys, I don't know if this was like a quick story time. I'm sorry I left some details out, but I just wanted to hurry up because as you can see, like, it's starting to get darker outside. I moved on from that situation. I did just want to shed some light and just, you know, be aware of like the signs of like how people treat you. Don't settle for less. Not a bashing video, it's just to share my experience of what I went through. You can see like I moved on from it. I'm 21 now, and it's physically, mentally, and they're just different, you know, like verbally. There's a lot of different abuse meaning. I would want someone to like see my video and like take advice, to be aware and just, you know, stay safe and all that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video.